introduce you the remarkable Joan Cantu. A true inspiration, Joanne's journey is one of resilience and triumph over adversity. Despite facing challenges in her past, Joanne has emerged as a beacon of hope and empowerment, dedicated her life to helping others find healing and joy within themselves. Through her unwavering commitment and compassion, Joanne has touched the lives of countless individuals, offering guidance and support on their own paths to healing and self discovery. As we welcome her to the stage today, let us open our hearts and minds to the wisdom and inspiration she has to share. So please join me in giving a warm round of applause to the extraordinary Joanne Cantu.
Thank you. Thank you. That was an amazing introduction.
Yes, you can start your presentation. We can see your PowerPoint presentation on the screen.
Awesome. Thank you. I am so honored and grateful to be here with you all. And so I want to start with questions. Have you ever felt the weight of the past holding you back, dragging you down, and suffocating your spirit? And have you ever longed for a way to break free from the chains of pain and sorrow? Have you ever found yourself stuck in a place of hurt, betrayal, and disappointment? Well, I am here to tell you that it is not only possible, but it is necessary for your own well being and happiness. So, moving on with grace does not mean forgetting or denying the pain that we have experienced. It means acknowledging the pain, feeling it deeply, and then choosing to let it go. It means realizing that holding onto anger, resentment, or sadness only trap us to keep us living in the past, preventing us from moving forward and embracing the beauty and opportunities that lie ahead. So, how do we move on with grace? We start by shifting our perspective, by choosing to see the challenges and setbacks in our lives as opportunities for growth and transformation. We embrace the lessons that come from our struggles and we use them to become stronger, wiser, and become compassionate individuals. So please close your eyes and imagine the world where the past no longer holds you captive, where the ones of yesterday no longer dictates your tomorrows. Picture life where you move with resilience and strength that knows no bounds. This, my friends, it is not just a dream. It is a reality that awaits you and a reality that you have the power to create. And so to move on with grace is to embody the very essence of our first pillar, forgiveness. To release the shackles of resentment, anger, and bitterness. And to embrace instead the liberating power of compassion, empathy, and love. Studies have shown that forgiveness can lead to improved mental and physical health, stronger relationships, and increased feelings of well being and happiness. The act that hurt or offended you might always remain part of your life, but forgiveness can lessen its grip on you and help you free you from the control of the person who harmed you. So I need to share with you a raw and heartbreaking tale of my upbringing. I was a child that did not have parents growing up. So my dad's mother took care of me and my little brother. I can tell you, it was not easy. But the poverty took a toll on my grandmother's spirit, and so much more. I was engulfed in a whirlwind of abuse, physical, emotional, and psychological. The scars of beatings, the sting of name calling, and the constant ache of pain, these were the only constants in my life. And as a child, I could not comprehend how those who were supposed to protect me could inflict such cruelty upon me. But as I grew older, I realized that the pain I endured was a reflection on my grandmother's pain. It was a cry for help, a plea for love, a desperate need for someone to see past their own suffering and offer a lifeline. I now understand the depths of my grandmother's agony. She too was drowning in her own torment, reaching out for a lifeline that never came. I share this story not for pity, but for understanding the cycle of hurt and abandonment can only be broken with love, compassion, and empathy. And at 14 years old, I mustered the courage to leave my grandmother's care. I found someone willing to take me away from my misery and become a live-in housekeeper. I believe I could do it because my grandmother had taught me so well how to clean the house. So every day I had to ensure our floor shone like a star. But most importantly, it was an escape for me. And a couple of years later, I made the decision to return home. I brought with me boxes of gifts and food they may never had before. I planned to cook them dinner using the skills I had learned while working as a housekeeper. And I believed that they wouldn't hurt me again, as I was now old enough to defend myself if needed. I decided to prepare myself, and if I felt that things hadn't changed, then I knew I would accept it, and move on with grace. I know I've done my best, and I have to move on with grace. My grandmother had no idea that I was coming back home, but I knew her regular Sunday routine of being out and about. And as I descended from the bus, my grandmother's eyes widened in shock. And as I gathered my boxes, my grandmother hugged me tightly. And I had never experienced had a hug from her during my childhood. And I said to myself, I wish I had more of this while growing up. But how could she? She didn't have it in her. And then, as if struck by lightning, she dropped to her knees, tears rolling down her worn face. With a voice quivering with emotion, she begged for forgiveness, for a chance to mend our broken bond. And she said, I am deeply sorry for everything I've done to you. Please forgive me. Tell me what I need to do for you to forgive me. And when I saw her on her knees, my heart felt love for the very first time in my life. I never thought I would see her in that way. And in that moment, a wave of emotion washed over me, washing away years of pain and resentment. I reached out to her, holding her close, whispering words of comfort and love. And I said, I forgave you the moment I walked away. And as we stood there, wrapped in a hug that transcended time, I knew that the healing had finally come to our fractured souls. It is about understanding that forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It is a testament to your strength, to your courage, and to your capacity for growth. But moving on with grace, also requires us to confront our deepest fears, our most painful wounds, and our most vulnerable selves. I was scared to return home. There were countless what ifs and doubts swirling in my mind. Why go back to a place filled with pain, hurt, and reminders of my past? But despite the fear, my heart urged me to go, to at least try. It asks us to look within, to acknowledge our shadows, our imperfections. But moving on with grace also requires us to love ourselves fiercely, unapologetically, and unconditionally. And we must remember our second pillar. It is a journey of self acceptance, a radical self love, a radical self empowerment. Self acceptance is the recognition and acceptance of one's strengths and weaknesses. It involves appreciating who we are, flaws and all, rather than constantly comparing ourselves to others. Self acceptance has been linked to better mental health, greater satisfaction with life, and lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. And as we embark on this journey of moving on with grace, we must remember our third pillar, connecting, seeking help with others. Know that we are not alone. Research have shown that people who have strong social connections are happier, healthier, and live longer than those who are isolated. I was searching for someone to help me escape my situation, and I found that person. They may not have been the perfect solution, but they helped me save myself. So now, please place your hands on your chest and look around you. We are surrounded by a tribe of warriors, of healers, of storytellers, ready to lift us up, to walk beside us, to remind us of our own innate worth and power. We are not meant to walk this path alone, but to journey together, to uplift each other, to inspire each other, and to celebrate each other's victories. So let us be the ones to reach out, to listen, to support, to uplift, to guide, and to heal. Let us break the chains of pain and offer solace to those who are silently crying out for help. Moving on with grace, it is about harnessing the pain of your past and using it as the catalyst for your own evolution, for your own rebirth. It is about transcending the limitation of your own mind and heart and stepping into the fullness of your true potential. And as we navigate through life's challenges and setbacks, it is essential to embrace the three pillars of moving on with grace: forgiveness, self acceptance, connecting, and seeking help from others. These are all interconnected and are essential for overall well being and quality of life. They are not always easy to practice, but the benefits they provide make the effort worthwhile. These pillars serve as the foundation for our emotional healing and growth, allowing us to move forward with grace. However, to fully embody these pillars, we must also cultivate the power of presence. Being present in the moment is not just about being physically there. It is about showing up fully and authentically in mind, body, and spirit. It is about being fully engaged in the present moment without being consumed by regrets of the past or anxieties about the future. And when we are truly present, we can let go of the past and forgive ourselves and others with compassion and understanding. We can release ourselves from the chains of resentment and bitterness and instead choose to embrace forgiveness as path of freedom and healing. And in conclusion, the power of presence is a transformative force that can help us embody forgiveness, self acceptance, and connecting, seeking help from others. So let us commit to cultivating a deeper sense of presence in our lives. And in doing so, we embrace the journey of moving on with grace. So I urge you to take a leap of faith, to trust in the power of forgiveness. Have the strength and courage to confront your deepest fears. Connect with people, reach out, and believe that you are not alone. Let us release the burdens of the past. Let us step courageously into the present. And let us embrace the future with open arms, open hearts, and open minds. For in doing so, we not only transform our own lives, but we transform the world around us, creating a ripple effect of love, of healing, and a positive change that reverberates far and wide. Now, I highly recommend you listen to Hurt People by Roger Sargent. Everyone has a story podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Now, I want to introduce to you my book, Held Captive. My purpose of this book is to guide you to triumph, freedom, and transformation. It is a book I wrote and on and off for 5 years. It is about the tumultuous path I endured and successfully overcome. It is about being captive emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. This book goes beyond being just a memoir. It offers readers a roadmap to navigate their own journey of overcoming adversity and finding freedom. The narrative is not only recounting of personal experiences, but also a guidepost for those seeking to break free from their own constraints and limitations. It is for those who dare to embark on a journey towards triumph and transformation. I invite you to be the first 50 to pre-order my book, Held Captive, and receive a signed copy and a personalized thank you note. Introductory price $1.99. So please go to www.heldcaptivebook.com. And I am inviting you to experience a life-changing transformations. Start on March 11th, 2024. Join me on a complimentary 20-day challenge that will empower you to move on with grace, embodying the three pillars and mindfulness. Please email me with a hashtag 20day to Joan Cantu at gmail.com. And for coaching, my passionate mission is to empower others to discover healing and joy within themselves. Please visit my website at www.joancantucoaching.com. This is your opportunity to freedom and witness your life blossom. Together, let's create a life that is truly extraordinary, just like you are. And before I conclude this speech, I want to leave you with this. Though the road ahead may be long and challenging, I now walk with a newfound strength and determination. I refuse to let the pain of the past define my future. I am worthy of love, success, and happiness. And I will continue to rebuild my life piece by piece until I am whole once again. Thank you all so much. Ganda.
Hi. Wow, wow, that's really a fantastic presentation, Joan. So they are showing lots of love and questions for your presentation. So among those, I have picked one question. What are the effective coping strategies for individuals seeking to heal from and overcome the emotional pain of past experiences?
So I would say being present, being present and being mindful of our past and where we are now, right? When we keep going to the past has uh, emotions attached to it. So we have to detach ourselves from that emotions that the past brings so that we can have peace. But self-awareness is very important and be present. Yes.
Okay. I hope whoever asked this question got the answer. So
Mhm.
thank you so much for joining this and sharing the wonderful presentation with the Virtual Summit 2024. So our next speaker is waiting in the backstage. So please join our next speaker, Chavon K. Clark Joel. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.